Good morning, students of class 10. You're welcome back to the online portal now. Let us do our lesson in economics. We are doing sectors of the Indian economy. 3 sectors of the Indian economy: primary, secondary and tertiary. So the sectors of the Indian economy, and we are doing where are most of the people employed in India. Where are the people employed mostly in India? Primary sector, secondary or tertiary? Let's see now. The primary sector, number 1, there are altogether 6 points. The primary sector continues to be the largest employer even in the year 2000 and onwards. Even still today, most of the people in India, they work in the farms or in agricultural fields. Its share in the national GDP is only 1/4, that is 25%. You see there, its share in the national GDP is only 1/4, though it employs maximum number of people. What is the reason? Are the people not producing enough? Let's see. Here, in contrast, comparison to this, maximum employers and production is 1/4 in the GDP only, national. Its share, primary sector, its share in the national GDP is only 1/4, 25%. Whereas, in contrast, comparison to this, the secondary and tertiary sector produce 3/4 of the produce, and its share in national GDP is 75%. But they employ less. Now it has increased. Now more and more people are employed in tertiary sector. But still, compared to primary and these two, primary sector employs the maximum number of people. But the production or its share in the national GDP is only 1/4. But here, its maximum produce, 3/4 produce, as well as national GDP is 75%. So that means this shows that even a large number of workers are employed in agriculture. In agriculture, a large number of people are employed, but doesn't produce much as they could or as they should. They doesn't produce, but these people, they doesn't produce, or the person who is working there, he doesn't produce as much as they could. There are more people in agriculture than is required. That means more people are employed than it is necessary or required. Even if you move a few people out of this primary sector, production will not be affected. Suppose a plot of land, 5 persons are working and the production is the same, and if you remove 2 persons from there and 3 persons are working, instead of 5 only 3 are working, the production is also the same. Suppose, let's make it clear, a plot of land, from there a small family has got a small plot of land. From that plot of land, every year the family grows 200 kgs of wheat, suppose, and the whole family works there, consisting of 5 members. The whole family, they are engaged in this small plot of land to grow 200 kgs of 2 quintals of wheat in a year. And instead of 5 persons, if 3 persons they work there and 2 persons they go to work somewhere else. If 3 persons, instead of 5, if 3 persons work there, still they grow 200 kgs of wheat, 2 quintals of wheat. That means 2 persons, they were underemployed. They are employed there, but without any return. So you can see, in other words, there are more people in agriculture than is required. Even if you move a few persons out, production will not be affected. And in other words, in simple words, workers in agricultural sector, workers in primary sector are underemployed. Underemployed means it seems that they are working but doesn't produce anything. It does not add in the production. It is also called disguised unemployment. It is also called disguised unemployment. It's just like unemployed. They are working all day, but the production is not affected. Production doesn't increase. It's the same thing. 3% produces 200 kgs, 2 quintals of wheat, and if in the same place, if 5% work in the same plot of it, 2 quintals of wheat are grown. So that means the remaining 2% are underemployed or disguised unemployment. So in other words, workers in agricultural sectors are underemployed, or it is also called disguised unemployment. This underemployment, disguised unemployment, can also happen or can be seen in other two sectors, in secondary sector and tertiary sectors. So in the secondary sectors, many people, they work whole day but they earn very little. Sometimes they do not get daily wage workers. They do not get the job. They have to wait. So this type of underemployed or disguised unemployment can be seen or can take place or happen in other two sectors as well. So in our next class we will do other things in economics. How to generate employment. How employment can be generated. How to employ or how to generate employment in cities as well as in villages, or what steps the government are taking to generate employment. So we'll do that in our next class. This much for today. So thank you very much for paying attention and listening, and you have listened very carefully. Thank you very much, and being present in the class with me for economics. So now we are doing sectors of the Indian economy. That's the chapter, and we are where are most of the people employed in India. This is the subtitle. This is the title of the chapter, and this is the subtitle. We are doing the subtitle. Now in our next class we'll do generation of employment, or how employment can be generated. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about self-help group, cooperative societies, or self-help group, and so on. We'll talk about. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class and study more. Thank you very much.